Even with newer types of medicine or different types, do a lot of people still use acupuncture?
Yeah. There's different hospital and different treatment for patients. For example, our hospital is acupuncture hospital or traditional Chinese medicine hospital. Most patients use herbs and acupuncture. Chinese medicine doesn't have any side effects.
Oh, okay.
And also is for economic.
Oh, it's cheaper.
Cheap. Okay.
Is that all of them?
Okay.
He tells me it'll be a couple of days before the circles disappear.
Everyone is finished.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Welcome.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That was great. So I should sleep like a baby.
Okay, I hope you have good sleep for tonight.
Thank you.
Okay.
After a treatment that puts us a little outside our comfort zone, we're ready for some Chinese comfort food.
You getting hungry?
Yeah, I could definitely go for something to eat. I think there's the dumpling place just up the road, the Jiaozi place.
Yeah, it's not too far.
Unless this is it.
No way.
I sure hope this isn't it.
Oh, this is totally it.
Jeez.
You're kidding me.
It just comes and goes at such an exponential rate, it's unreal.
Yeah, I mean, this was here like, what, a year ago probably? You want to at least explore it?
May as well, jeez.
It's so surreal. I mean, it feels like a war zone or something.
Yeah.
Just walking over rubble. Hey, check out the mannequins.
You know, the amazing thing is this is physically what change looks like. The speed of change is staggering too. In just 2 years, 120,000 homes were demolished, and more than 300,000 people were displaced. With all the destruction, it's good to see this hutong restored instead of torn down.
I wonder whether people will miss the old architecture and the way of life once the newness wears off.
I guess so many people in Beijing are new to the city that they don't even know what old Beijing looked like. Beijing is a prime example of the global phenomenon of urbanization. People leaving the country for the city.
And it's crazy to think that so much of this work is being done by the migrant laborers. You know, they actually call them the smokeless factories.
I've heard that 1 in 4 Beijing residents is a migrant from the farms. They come here to work and escape rural poverty.
We're lucky enough to meet one of the migrants to find out what he thinks of all this.
Li Hongzhong is from Hunan province, about 1,500 kilometers south of Beijing.
Hunan is one of the main provinces that the city's migrant labor comes from.
你为什么现在在北京? Why are you in Beijing?
因为打工，因为在这里打工的。
Okay, so he's here to work, basically.
你比较喜欢北京还是你的老家? Do you prefer Beijing or
北京。
He likes Beijing, but he misses his family.
So what he likes about Beijing is, you know, there's things like Tiananmen Square and there's a lot of cool things you can buy, but the tough things are it's actually hard to find work. There's so many migrant laborers, and then things are really expensive here too, so the money probably doesn't go very far. So it would take a long time for the people of Beijing to do this without all of the outsiders coming in.
你的父母在什么工作? What do your parents do?
我的父母就是在老家种地的。
So they're farmers. I guess they probably are just barely eking by, and so for him to come out to the big city in some senses and work out here is going to be one of the best ways for his family to survive, really.
Mm-hmm.
再见. It must be such a culture shock for people like Li Hongzhong when they come to Beijing from the provinces.
Especially when they have to work on a skyscraper, like this one.
We're going to have to venture out beyond the city walls pretty soon to check out rural life.
Meanwhile, we can see why the migrants come here for work. About 100 million square meters of Beijing are currently under construction.
But the people who will live and work in these buildings will be from a very different strata of society. They'll be Beijing's wealthy elite. You really do see cranes everywhere here, don't you?
You want to get up there?
Hell yeah. right, this definitely looks high enough to make you a little woozy.
Oh, man. Yeah, grab onto the rail.
All right, Pete, don't go teetering off. Mom would kill me if I lost you.
这工人来自五湖四海，南方的、北方的都有。
So they come from all over China.
I think there's something like 150 or 200 million migrant workers in China, which is a seriously mind-blowing figure if you think about it.
Yeah, I've actually read that there are more migrant laborers in China than the entire population of the UK, France, and Australia combined, which is just staggering.
Looking out over the city makes me think of how far away the migrant workers come from. But how much of Beijing is filtering back to their hometowns? Or is life pretty much unchanged in the provinces?
We're going to find out.
We're about to trade the urban frontier of Beijing for the wilds of Inner Mongolia.
So Jeff and I are off to Inner Mongolia to find out how they're dealing with the changes.
I love Chinese trains. You got your hard seat, your hard sleeper, and thankfully, Pete, we got the soft sleeper.
Yeah, I think we've done our time on the hard seats, Jeff. Plus, it sounds like this might be the last bit of luxury we get on this trip.
All right, this is us, number 4. Wow. I forgot how small these places are. I can't believe we used to fit the whole family in one. Jeez. We're heading as far from Beijing as we can get, for some perspective.
Our destination is Inner Mongolia, Beijing's polar opposite, you could say. It's about a 30-hour train ride, and my brother is making it seem even longer. What? Oh, come on. A pond does not move like that.
That's the jumping pond of Asia. You haven't heard that? There are a whole new set of rules for here.
I can't believe you're cheating all the way out here. All right, fine. Well, if any piece can move anywhere, take that.
Fair enough. As our chess game heats up, we're thinking about how cold our destination is. I can't believe we're about to go to a place that has 130 frost-free days a year. This is gonna kick our rear end 6 ways from Sunday.
Yeah, so that means 2/3 of the year this place is frozen solid.
Frozen solid like your king. Checkmate.
What? Our games never last long. Man, this is ridiculous. After a 30-hour train ride from Beijing, we're traveling almost 2 hours from the train station in Hailar to the Bayanhushua village.
We've changed modes of transportation, from a train to a camel-drawn sleigh. I must be dreaming.
Back in the 12th and 13th centuries, Mongolia was the home turf of Genghis Khan.
Look at all this space. Inner Mongolia is China's widest province, and there is nothing out here almost. Talk about a place that's frozen in time. It's more than 30 degrees below 0 Celsius.
I mean, there's nothing to stop the wind out here. It just kind of stings your face when it hits.
Yeah, my eyes are constantly watering. I tried pulling down my mask, but there's no way. It's just way too cold out here.
You know what kills me is we've got camels pulling us, and I completely thought camels were a desert animal. That's the thing I love about China. The contrasts are so extreme. One moment, we're in a fast-moving metropolis, and the next, we're on a frigid steppe.
Our guide is Zhao Jing, a native Mongolian.
So, Zhao Jing, are you taking us to their village?
Yes, taking to Bayanhushua village. They are celebrating another meeting.
Nadam translates to 3 games of men. No kidding. It's an ancient nomadic version of the Olympics. Athletes compete in 3 sports: archery, horse racing, and wrestling.
But Nadam is traditionally held in mid-July. Why on earth would they hold it in midwinter?
Right now, even Zhao Jing is freezing.
In winter, you usually what?
Staying home. Don't go out because it's very cold.
Bayanhushua village, our destination.